Good morning. This is Jim Whitehead. Happy Jim. Jimbo Jim. Anyway, of All Power Group and Phoenix Animal, it's nice to see you and thank you for being here today. We hope you're having and working toward having a great holidays. We like them. We love them. Even our animals love them. Okay, today we're going to talk about and this happens, and, it isn't trying to dwell on bad things, but I am the type, with watching movies, let's say, I don't like to watch and typically will not watch movies that have unhappy endings. Now, so then why would I do a story, a presentation, if it didn't have a happy ending? So even though we're going to go through, the poor little puppies has some issues, but spoiler alert, it will have a happy ending. Anyway, okay. This is a tender journey of healing. A puppy with injured legs learns to walk. And animals try so hard, they're typically not, or have the spirit of saying, well, I'm not going to do anything. I'm lazy and I'm not going to respond to people trying to help me. That's not true. They know it. They know it. They know it. They do their best. Admittedly, it could be a situation where it's going to take a little longer than we think. Okay, now let me just get you in the atmosphere here. It was a rainy afternoon when a passerby heard a soft whimpers from a nearby ditch. Peering into the muddy water, they discovered a tiny, trembling puppy, his fur matted, his eyes full of fear, and his hind legs unable to move. And on my YouTube journey here over quite a while here, there are so many good happy ending stories. And, when I see a picture of an animal that you can tell has not been taken care of or abused, I don't even understand it, but that's just the way life is sometimes. But I won't watch it if it's not going to have, we got the animal. It could be a cat, it could be a horse, it could be a dog. I'm not, showing prejudice here. But bottom line, I won't watch it unless it has a happy ending, period. The dog is, let's say the dog is in bad shape, and they progress to the dog being like it would have been without anything happening. And that is, I guess, what we go for in life in general. Happy endings. Anywhere. Hi there, Pookie Bear. This is Jacko Lynch. Thank you very much for being here. It always makes me feel good where I've got some co-pilots here that are helping me with this presentation. Anyway, our puppy has his hind legs unable to move, as I said. The rescuer quickly wrapped the fragile pup in their jacket and rushed him to the local animal shelter. The staff at the shelter named him Hope. You see often on YouTube, they show a picture of a cat, a dog, a horse, and they go, I'm having trouble coming up with a name for my animal, mainly because nothing seems to fit them. Well, it's fun because the minute I look at the animal, I kind of do come up with a name, not that it's something they were hoping. No pun intended. But anyway, this nice shelter helper is calling this little puppy that was injured Hope. It is a fitting name for a little one who had already survived so much. Hope's injuries were severe. The vet realized he had luckily been hit by a vehicle, likely been hit by a vehicle, leaving both of his hands. I'm sorry, it's tough getting old, right? Both of his hind legs fractured. And, when we go back to the picture, you can see the poor little thing is definitely not doing well. Surgery was essential, but even after that, the journey to recovery would be long and uncertain. And again, as I said, spoiler alert, I wouldn't do this if it didn't have a happy ending. And isn't it neat on with YouTube presentations? I'm in control, and I'm not a control freak, but I'm in control of how the story progresses and how it ends. And again, as I said earlier, for about the fourth time, I don't do stories that have bad endings. Anyway, the recovery was going to take a long time, and it would be uncertain. Thanks to the generous donations and the dedication of the shelter staff, Hope underwent surgery, then began the painstaking process of healing. At first, Hope was fitted with a tiny wheelchair. Wow, is that cool or what? To help him get around. It was heartbreaking to see him struggle, but his spirit remained unbroken. And that is how I look at most animals. They don't have a preconceived notion of bad things happening. And I only say unless they've been abused. And then unfortunately they get used to that. And thank goodness in most cases they are able to, when someone good comes to help them, it takes a little bit, but they realize that not everybody is bad. Anyway, again, Jacob, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. With the help of a skilled physical therapist, countless volunteers, Hope started his rehabilitation. Each day he was encouraged to try just to do a little bit more. First moving his front legs, then attempting to shift his weight to his hind legs. His eyes sparkled with determination as he was cheered on with treats and gentle words. Speaking of treats, if you watch my channel, I have a wonderful 10-year-old Shih Tzu. Her name is Jamie. And I've loved all the animals I've ever had. I've had 7 Shih Tzus over my life. I'm 75. And I've had other animals. We've taken in animals. I just can go on and on and on. Anyway, continue with the story. Weeks turned into months, and progress was slow but steady. And I know the animals say in so many words, I don't give up. I don't know what is giving up. That's pretty good. And even at my age, I have had businesses, and because of my age, some things I used to be able to do outside, I can't because of the heat we have in Florida. And I'm doing YouTube. I'm also doing affiliate marketing and other things. But bottom line, some people go, "Whoa, you're still doing that?" I'd say, yeah, I don't give up. I won't give up. And I've said, the minute I say I give up, things aren't good. So a puppy that wouldn't know, in this case, the kindness and assistance of the helpers, the animal will not give up, because it's not even in their mental list of things to do or not to do. Anyway, Hope went through dragging his tiny body to wobbly steps to running, yes, running across the shelter yard. His joy was infectious, and soon he became the shelter's shining star. And animals, they know when they're doing good things. They know when people are happy with them. They know if people are proud of them. I talk to Jamie like she knows everything I say, and I think she does. But some will go, why do you talk to your dog? Well, I do because I love them. And they know what's going on. If they hear the same word over and over again, like treats, they get to know that. Anyway, people from all over came to see the miraculous puppy who defied the odds. One day, a family came to visit. They were looking to adopt a dog who had overcome challenges, as they believed it would teach their children resilience and compassion. Now, I grew up with animals, and my mother and father actually loved animals, and I guess, it's like myself. You might not be born that you love animals, but you can learn real fast, especially if your parents love animals. So, and again, on the caring issue, and I said this in other presentations, what our home in this particular neighborhood in Barrington, Rhode Island, Little Rhodey, we were the neighbor that when they found an injured bird that fell out, a baby bird that fell out of a tree or whatever, they would bring the animal to us. And my mother and I would do everything to help the animal survive and live. Unfortunately, I do admit the tough one is if a baby bird falls out of a nest. It's a little hard when they don't have their mothers, and especially if they're really just that, 2 to 3 days old. It definitely was always a tough one. But if you hear me say again, we never gave up. Okay, the little puppy wagged his tail furiously and licked their hands as if to say, I'm ready to come home. And you would basically have it where everything is falling into place. The animal is now much, much better. The animal can now go home with a special forever home family. Hope now lives with his forever family, where he is loved beyond measure. He continues to inspire everyone he meets with his story of strength, perseverance, and the power of love. His journey is a reminder that even the smallest creatures can overcome the biggest challenges when given a chance. And that is our story. And, the title is Walking Miracles. And I loved also what I added to the thumbnail is step by step. That is a wonderful saying. And if I was I mean, I was a respiratory therapist, but if I was a physical therapist, that would be all over where I helped people, or it could be animals, get better, step by step. And you know the old saying, sometimes it's baby steps, but as long as you keep moving, you will be successful. So I want to thank you for being here today. I love doing these, and it's just, if you weren't here, Jacob, I would be feeling that I'm just talking to myself, even though I know this is going out live on YouTube. And I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to have this opportunity to come up with a story, put the story together, and the point of having it where everything is good. But thank you so much, and I appreciate it.